Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555, and today I'm continuing my reviews of Star Wars Visions Volume 3 with the short film by Polygon Pictures, The Bird of Paradise. So, this is the second to last short film. I'll be watching reviewing Black for my next review, but before that, we need to talk about what is probably the most, I would say, not necessarily abstract, but probably the most philosophical, the most spiritual short film that's been done in all revisions volume 3. The premise of this episode is that a very hot-headed Jedi Padawan named Nakima is blinded in a duel with a Sith, falls down the side of a mountain, and goes through a series of spiritual journeys to resist the dark side. It ends with her basically acknowledging the darkness within her, very similar actually to what we saw Yoda go through during Season 6, the last missions of the Clone Wars, where he also confronts his own internal darkness. And by acknowledging it, and that's a part of him, he confronts it, and that's very similar to what happens with Nakima. She acknowledges the darkness within her, and not embraces it, not in the sense that she's going to embrace the dark side, but embraces it as a part of who she is, so that way she can be a better person. This, like I said, very philosophical, very spiritual, much more maybe abstract, because she experiences her journey to confront the dark side through a series of visions gifted to her by the Force, which are again portrayed more abstractly than the, for lack of a better term, the waking world. It's actually left open-ended. Is she actually alive or dead? Because a big part of her journey is her fear of dying, and among other stuff as well. And the last one, where she acknowledges the darkness within her, is basically framed as a duel between herself and her own darkness in the form of that Sith that took her sight. Again, there's a lot of symbolism in here. It is actually probably, it's fairly easy to understand because it very much relies on some already established Star Wars concepts and draws on some additional concepts from different philosophical traditions, different spiritual traditions, things like Buddhism, traditional Japanese folk beliefs. There's a lot of things built into here, but with the base principles that we already see in Star Wars, it's not too hard to follow, but it's definitely probably one of the most abstract tellings of this all. And we actually might get to look at the Force in an abstract way. It's showing it as the galaxy itself and everything that's a part of it. Again, lots of beautiful imagery in here, but it's definitely not what I would say a light, fun-hearted story. But those are what I got to say. I could talk more about the individual moments, the different things I were drawn upon, but ultimately I want to convey to you that this is really well done, very well written, great animation. They used their animation style to very good effect in conveying visually parts of the story. But for me, I go to Star Wars not necessarily for the Force. I go for it more the subtle political commentary that's in Star Wars. I'm that kind of person, and they're fun action adventure. Let's be real. And there's some good fun action adventure here. It's just this is very much the spiritual side of Star Wars, which again I like, but is it the part of Star Wars I'm drawn to? Not necessarily. But it's an important part of Star Wars that we need to understand because it does impact the greater storytelling of Star Wars as a whole. But that's what I got to say about this. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. And I'll see you on the 15th for my review of Black, the last Star Wars Visions Volume 3 short film. So I hope to see you then. Thank you for watching my video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like and share. Also, consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date on all my latest content. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the Force be with you, always.